If you drink a 12 pack of beer every day for a month and keep your job, you get $1 million. What's your strategy? I drank a 12 pack a day for almost 2 years. The key is to have a drinking problem. This is a question from someone who isn't a high-functioning alcoholic. Start drinking as soon as I get home from work, until I go to sleep. Rinse repeat. So no changes really. Do you have any idea how many people do this already? Somebody owes me $120 million. Cut my drinking back to 12/day. I can probably do it. Use 4 weeks of vacation and head to Mexico. Drink no other beer but Tecate Light. Come back home. Collect $1 million. Save up a month's worth of leave. Make the month February. Stay at home and just enjoy media. My father was a psychiatrist and worked on drug and alcohol wards. The typical American beer has an alcohol level that is designed to give a buzz, but not get you drunk. A 12 pack fits perfectly in this business model. He treated many functioning alcoholics who drank a case of beer a day. A 12 pack was the most common amount drunk. Drink after work. I'm a reasonably sized guy with a passable tolerance. I'll just start as soon as my day ends. Morning's gonna suck, but I can live with it for a month for a flat mill. You guys are getting paid? Easily the best way is to have a part-time job, but if you work full-time, here is a foolproof strategy. 1. Wake up 1 beer, get ready for the day. Get home and start cranking as many as you can before dinner at 6 or 7. Hopefully only have 3 left for after dinner, which means you'll be done before 9 with ample time to prepare yourself, so you are not hungover the next day. I came up with the same, although I set an alarm for 3 AM and pound to then back to bed. Sounds like how I spent most of my summer. I'd usually finish work, sit on my balcony, and listen to music, and have 8 to 9 beers. I could do 12 every day for a month. I'd be in shambles, but whatever. Carry on being me. I drink around 8 pints every night after work between 17:30 and 2200. If I went for Bud Light and slammed 12 cans in 440ml, it'd be fine. Recovering closet alcoholic here. I drank a fifth of vodka a day 4 years and my wife didn't even know I drank. Maintain a 40 to 50 hour work week with zero impact. I think I could manage this lol. Few options. Break my leg. Get disability leave. Drink O'Dow's. Where's my check? Make it non-alcoholic beer et voila. If the beer is 5%, that would be the same as 532.5 milliliters of 40% liquor. I've pretty much been drinking 375 milliliters, 750 milliliters every day after work, since I started working full-time about 8 years ago. My liver is still in the normal range, but the mornings are starting to be harder. Anyway, yeah sure, someone give me $1 million for switching to beer for a month. I usually have 1 to 3 beers with the above mentioned 750 milliliters of liquor anyway. Getting down 12 beers between 5 to 12 is easy. Can I drink more than 12 on weekends? Open 9 beer and let them flatten in the fridge during work to prevent being all bloated and gassy. Moment I get off, start drinking. Eat dinner while drinking. Follow every 3 beer with water. Walk to the grocery store. Drunk grocer should naturally grab me a lot of carbs, which will be good. Also help me walk off a lot of calories. Chug a quarter gallon of water before bed. Pee breaks constantly. Go to bed early. Alarm set early. Sugar and Tylenol ready to go in the morning. Try to work out before work to burn more calories. Lots of veg and lean protein for lunch. Open 9 beer and let them flatten in the fridge during work to prevent being all bloated and gassy. This is a pro move. Drinking 9 flat beers a day sounds miserable. I'd just be tired in the mornings, but I don't see why this would be hard. Drink a 12 pack a day after work and not be a pussy about the hangovers, I guess. There are a lot of functional alcoholics that drink that every day and hold a job, and they don't have the incentive of $1,000,000 reward. The drinking is the incentive and the reward. Until you're 20 beers in for the 500th night in a row, and you start to write yourself notes like "Dear sober me, this is drunk you. This isn't fun. Please, don't drink again tonight. It's not worth it." And the next morning you find them and say, "Haha, that's weird," as you throw them out with the empties. 6 o'clock. Awake. 6:10. Okay, actually awake this time. 6:15. Drink my first beer alongside my coffee. 6:17. That's certainly an interesting aftertaste. 6:30. One beer isn't enough to inebriate me, so I make my way to my office. 7 o'clock. Drink my second beer as I begin doing my research for the day. 8 o'clock. Drink my third beer while I write the morning scripts. 9 o'clock. Drink my fourth beer just before the cameras start rolling. 10 o'clock. Holy shit, I really need to pee. 10:05. Drink my fifth beer while the footage is being transferred to the computer. 10:15. Begin editing. 11 o'clock. Drink my sixth beer as I edit the day's videos. 12 o'clock. Lunch. 12:30. Drink my seventh beer as I attempt to digest the dodgy burrito that I ate. 12:35. That interesting aftertaste is back. I don't think I like it. 1300 hours. Drink my eighth beer as I finish with the editing and exporting process. 13:30. Publish the videos. 13:45. Begin editing the afternoon's articles. 1400 hours. Drink my ninth beer as I silently scream at the writing team that every day and every day are not the same thing. Damn it. The former is an adjective that means mundane. The latter is the two-word phrase which means each day or daily. You passed third grade. You should know this. 1500 hours. I should stop delaying bathroom trips. It probably isn't good for my bladder. 15:05. Drink my 10th beer. 1600 hours. Focus on finishing work for the day. 17:05. Self-administered sobriety test which may or may not include a peeing for accuracy element. 17:10. Make my way home. 17:50. Celebrate my safe arrival at home by drinking my 11th beer. 18:30. Drink my 12th and final beer of the day while in the shower. 1900 hours. Spend some time putting fake caffeine-free Diet Coca-Cola labels on tomorrow's cans of beer. All told, I don't think it would really be that difficult. The only thing I'd really need to worry about would be an intervention staged by my coworkers. After all, nobody sane would drink caffeine-free Diet Coca-Cola by choice. I'm convinced you wrote this entire thing to communicate to the world the difference between everyday and everyday. I'd have to cut back on my drinking to meet those standards. You just described my life, minus the $1 million. Step 1. Tell my boss, if I can drink a 12-pack of beer every day for a month I get $1 million. So I'm going to be taking some time off. I have just enough vacation to make it a month. Step 2. Buy some really low alcohol beer, like Sam Adams Marathon. Step 3. Get up every day at 8 AM. Check my work email. Handle whatever shit is getting away, so I can log a few hours. Drink a beer every hour from 10 AM to 10 PM, while eating lots of food, drinking water, and walking a lot to stay in some semblance of shape. Sleep from 10 PM to 8 AM, and repeat. Once I'm done, buy a house with a gym. Cause I will probably have gained an ungodly amount of weight doing this. Make it 24 beers, and it starts to get interesting. This is basically just asking, would you go to work hungover for a month for $1 million? My job is a beer taster. Tell my boss to let me drink 12 beers a day while at work for a month and I will split the $200,000 with her. But it's not $200,000, it's so-op. My first thought was op is adorably naive to the horrors of alcoholism. Or op is 12. Fifth a day 7 days a week for a decade. Always employed. So basically I change nothing and get $1 million. I already done this for 7 years. Just find the weakest beer possible, but still drinkable like Bud Light or Coors. At that point I could easily handle 12 throughout the day without even getting bussed. If alcohol-free beer isn't considered cheating, then I could also go that route. Well, my father would have been rich long ago. By lunchtime at work he would already be through most of the 12 pack. I've never seen him not drink beer. From the first sip of liquid in the morning to the last one, before he passed out. Always beer. Driving, better get a couple tall ones for the ride home. Tried this in the military, got crippling alcoholism instead of $1 million. I can drink 6 at a time, but you'll know I've been drinking. I'd try to strategize drinking some in the early morning hours like 2 AM, sneak some for lunch, and right when I'm off work try to get in as much as possible. I did this without the million for years. Where the fuck are my past payouts? Drink a 12 pack of beer and keep my job for a month. There's a sour beer here in Ontario called Muskoka Ebb and Flow. It's 2.5%. Nice for the cottage or end of the night when you could use a low percent beer but want to keep drinking. I think I could bury a 12 a day for a month no problem. Probably 2 in the morning before work and another 2 in a thermos. Should be good to drive both ways. 8 at night. Is this a joke? A 12 pack a day? Those are rookie numbers. You're going to need to bump those numbers up. This I can easily do. Do I have to buy the beer myself? I don't even know if I can afford to try. The rich get richer and also cirrhosis of the liver. My boyfriend basically does that every day. Where's our million? If I can drink anything I want, some generic domestic light beers, shandies, radlers, etc. would all be easy. IPAs and stouts would be harder. Then stuff like triples or imperials would be a real challenge. Also, does it have to be 12 a day, or do I just need to consume somewhere between 336 and 372 beers within a single month? If I go over, do I get extra credit? Whoever wrote this probably doesn't drink much or is very familiar with the term high functioning alcoholic. Also, 12 beers a day keeps the depression at bay. How people don't understand how easy it is for an alcoholic to polish off a 24 pack in 4 hours after work. I guess I could cut back if it's just for a month. Business as usual. Take 1 month of paid leave. You could even take unpaid leave. You're getting $1 million out of it. Non-alcoholic beer. Make sure I get enough vitamin B complex, and some cocaine might help too. I would be able to pull this off. This would suck, but ultimately wouldn't be that hard. Strategy. I've trained my whole life for this. People making me feel much better about my bottle of wine a night habit. Username checks out. I'm pretty sure I could do that quite easily. The hardest part would be if I got sick. Ain't nobody drinking a 12 pack with the flu. 12 beers over 7 hours wouldn't be too difficult. 5 midnight. I'm trying to be sober now though, so that would be difficult. But for $1 million I would gladly restart my sobriety next year.